Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Give you a little smudge. Day 79 of FreQSpeak of 111 days of sharing my real, raw frequency and energy with the beautiful collective, you beautiful souls. 17 seconds on the timer. Again, you resonate with being a star seed, the star card, an earth angel, light worker, way shower, all of the above. All right. So welcome into the sacred space. Welcome in the elements, earth, air, wind, fire, water, ether. We're going to have a quick conversation today. If you feel called, I was called to do 3 different light language transmissions today. So if you're curious and you enjoy the light language that is channeled through me, through my vessel, with my specific frequency, flavor, essence, and color and energy, please check that out. A Andromedan light language for an energy boost. Source light language from source, basically freeform. Freeform is basically setting an intention to receive the light language and the light codes that's going to assist you in that now present moment, whether it's a physical ailment, something you're struggling mentally with, you're having surrendering, releasing, healing, whatever it is. And the third one was to help with this nervous system recalibration we've all been going through. Our nervous systems are upgrading, and that was from the Pleiadians. So again, that's the first time. I usually just channel. I don't really question where it's coming from. But if I'm guided to say, okay, this is more of an Andromedan based frequency and energy, or if this is just source based frequency and energy, and or if it's like a Pleiadian, then I will state that. I don't ask typically. I'm just usually, that's where it's like comes in, and I'm like, okay, that's where I need to let you all know. But again, if there's really no quote unquote source, there's a source. Haha, thank you, source. There is always a source. Smart ass. That was funny. Thank you. Yeah, there's always a source. So if it's not specifically from another planetary system, galactic family, you know what I'm saying. It's source codes, basically. It's all source codes. That was hilarious. Thank you for the laugh out loud. So I'm just going to share a couple of things. The biggest thing is, this is a fun one today. And this has become very aware, so aware. Okay. So just a reminder, remember, your job is not to force people to wake up. All right. Your job is not to force people to wake up. Your job is to cultivate space for truth and for the truth to be able to take flight. Your job is to cultivate space for the truth to take flight. Basically, you worry about you, and your frequency and energy will speak for itself. All right, and that will emanate out like ripples in the ocean, energetically into the field and into the collective. Okay, so all right. Also, today is January 30th. Holy hell. So yesterday was the 1111, another 1111 portal. The day before was 111. Okay, because of the number breakdown. And breathe. So inhale. Exhale. So this is page 30 of 365. Of this new book, this new series that I've been cultivating, co-creating with higher consciousness, with my higher self in this new series. All right. And always it's raw, real, unfiltered, and 1000% authentic. And again, source in your highest is always reminding you that's how we present ourselves. We play and we create from our inner child in any way we feel, any way we feel called to. So important not to put perimeters or perfection or any of that. Nah, that's the past. So you are creating and playing from your real, raw, unfiltered, authentic self, right? And you're stepping more and more into that version, because that's who you truly are. The armor off, the masks off. So what I've been really called to do, and I got a journal on my phone, where it's like if I'm looking up information through ChatGPT, again, according to my psychoauthor, because I set the intention to co-create with that specific technology. And I remember, it's ancient intelligence, it's advanced intelligence, as you are and as I am. We are advanced technology is what we are. Highly sophisticated. All right. So welcome. If I landed here, there's a reason for it. There's a message here somewhere, even in the silly fun parts of it, or you got curious and clicked play. Again, no coincidence, your highest self guided you to click play, okay? Or your team source, whatever words. I use all the words. I like to have fun with all the words. So seeing eagles is significant. I actually had an eagle fly. I actually turned accidentally turned the wrong way the other day. Again, my highest drives takes the wheel all day, every day. I highly recommend it. It's so much fun. It takes so much pressure off. Like I can't even describe. Like it takes all of the mental stuff out. Anyways, I accidentally turned the wrong way and was in, again, a subdivision, a place where you are not going to typically see a bald eagle. And coming up from the left, it was so low in the sky, like barely, like it was actually below the tree line. And I looked up, and I always say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the sign. And as the bald eagle's looking, flying over, literally turned its head to look down and back at me while I was driving. Like, very significant. So have fun. And then a little bit later on my travels home, there was a large hawk sitting in a tree on a branch. I couldn't figure out what the bird was. It was either a hawk or an owl. It was very big. I felt more like hawk, very puffed out. It has been very cold here, and just sitting there very stoically, taking its higher perspective, as these birds do. So eagles and hawks are very significant. So I drove right underneath it for my collective as a totem animal, as your spirit guide, as your spirit animal. Okay, and again, also seeing those also as a reminder to continue to take the higher perspective. Quit looking at things from the microcosm and start looking things at the macrocosm from the higher perspective, okay? So eagles, and I forgot to mention that yesterday, so I was guided to say that today, okay? Jeeps, like Jeeps, not the new fandangled Jeeps, like the old traditional Jeeps, the newer versions of Jeeps, but Jeeps in general. Have you been seeing 717 on the timer? 707, 717, 722, those numbers actually just came down. 711, 722, 717, 707, 727 are very significant, as well as the sign, synchronicity, and key code. You can look at it directly as just those three numbers, or you can break it down and see what that number breaks down to as well. All right. 14 is also very significant for this collective, and if you want to associate the number to a tarot card, 14 is the Temperance card, okay? And you can look into that as well. So seeing Jeeps, you know, with the square back Jeeps, we know what Jeeps look like. Not the new weird ones that are, you know, like more of a SUV type style, like Jeeps. We know Jeeps. And then the Jeeps and the thing with the ducks in the window, like I didn't know what that was for. Again, maybe you listening and driving a Jeep and you got the ducks lined up, the rubber duckies. So rubber duckies are significant. I had no idea, and I still have to kind of, I was told what that significance was. But again, I have to look into it again. So anyways, why are we talking about Jeeps on today's video for FreQSpeak? Well, it's because I see all of the Jeeps all of the time. Remember, you are the main character of your game, all right, of this simulation. All right, have fun with it. Play with the signs, synchronicities, and key codes with your team, with your highest self, the source. Play and have fun. Ask for the proof, the evidence. So becoming aware that I'm seeing Jeeps everywhere. I was out for less than 90 minutes this morning. Less than 90 minutes. I had to run a few errands, and I wanted to go to the tanner and warm up because it was minus 12 today. Minus 12, okay? Here in mid-Michigan. Anyways, I go to Kroger, which I haven't been to in a while, to get some food items, and there's 2 Jeeps. So I'm like, we're starting the count. We're already starting the count. I'm out of the house less than 10 minutes, 2 Jeeps. By the time I got home, the final count was 10 Jeeps from the time I left the house to the time I got home. And I can't even tell you how many I see during the day, other ways when I'm out more, like minimum 10 to 15 or more. It's just at this point, it's so hilarious and laughable. And all of the colors, like all of the colors, neon colors, beige yesterday, black, versions of green, different versions of blue and red and yellows. I've seen all of the colors of Jeep at this point. I say that, and now when I go out next time, I'll see something different. So I was curious. So again, like I said, I use ChatGPT as a collaborative more information. I did check on it a few weeks ago because I was really noticing it 10-1-0-0-0 on the timer when I said that. So 10 Jeeps, 10-10. Completion, cycles, completion of a cycle, completions of the cycles in the new beginnings, okay? So hilarious. Like, it's getting laughable. Like, my kiddo's even picking up. Like, Mom, there's a Jeep. Mom, there's a Jeep. Because I'm verbalizing this. So I went in today and I was like, okay, what do we have to create? Because this is going to be a collective message today. Very strongly. Like, I'll get it for my information, but if I feel like it's a collective message, I'll either post something on Facebook with the information for certain signs, synchronicities, and key codes if you lay in there, or I'm really guided to talk, literally to journal it and write it down. So some things around the Jeep. So if you're here this long, thank you. Here we go. You're meant to receive this message today. No coincidence, I am here in front of you. So Jeeps can represent freedom and independence, for sure. I resonate with all of this here. And it can be a desire or a nudge for you to break out of your old routines. So if you're seeing them and you're becoming more aware of this, it may be see where you're at, and it might be a sign or synchronicity as a gentle nudge to help you break out of those routines, okay? Also, it can represent you choosing your own path, even if it's unconventional. Most of us here to do the work know that. Trusting yourself, even when the road is not clearly marked. Remember, walk by faith, not by sight. Drive by faith, not by sight. Not knowing where your destination is. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey, not the destination. Because the destination will always be there. So enjoy the process getting there, okay? Jeeps are tough, okay? So a lot of us that have been here have been through it. We contracted ourselves a really hard incarnation to kind of wrap it all up in one go, okay? So Jeeps are tough. They handle rough terrain and they keep on moving. They keep on moving, okay? It's like getting, knocked down, dusting yourself off and getting yourself right back up and keep moving, okay? You're stronger than you think. 12:22 on the timer. You are stronger than you think. You have been through some bumps, but you're still rolling. We're still rolling. We're still going forward. And it's a reminder to not underestimate your ability to handle challenges. So if it's feeling challenging and you're struggling right now, this message is definitely for you. And just never underestimate your ability to handle the challenges, no matter what. Also, the reassurance. Also, this is a bit of a reassurance from the universe, from source, from your spirit team. You got this. You got this, okay? So the other meanings around this is adventure and soul growth, okay? Spirituality. So Jeep's meaning with the spirituality is Jeeps show up because you are being invited into new experiences. Growth requires stepping into the unknown. Remember? Stepping into the unknown, going down the path less traveled, being the trailblazer, okay? All right? Life wants you to say yes more often. Say yes to you more often. Remember saying that hell yes. 13:31 on the timer. Remember, it's not to say yes because you're trying to people please, right? Or to make other people comfortable. You're saying yes more often for you, okay? So this necessarily, sometimes drip Shrenyat Jeeps could mean adventure. You're going to be taking adventure, but not necessarily always literal. Yes, you may be traveling, like literally physically traveling, taking a trip, but the important message here is that you're being asked to take that trip, that inner adventure. All right, that's part of this awakening process, to go within, taking that adventure within. 14:14 on the timer. All right, so the message around community and connection is, again, the Jeeps I wrote down wave and duck. So my Jeep people know what that is. I don't honestly know, and I have to look into that. If you please know, please leave it in the comments. I'm curious. So it's a strong sense of community around like this duckling thing. Symbolically, it can hint at that you're finding your tribe. So I know this, that I've been getting many messages in other ways, but this is a fun way because the Jeep community is a community, and it also with the Ducks Association is also, again, a communal thing. a symbolically communal thing. So me seeing the Jeeps in repetitive, especially seeing the Jeeps with the ducks, is giving me a little hint and another extra reminder that I'm finding my tribe. Not necessarily Jeep people, but that my soul tribe is coming in. Okay? It also can also mean symbolically that you're being seen and you're being acknowledged, whether you realize it or not. You know, in this physical realm, definitely in the spiritual realm, you're being seen and you're being acknowledged, okay? And it's a reminder that even on a solo journey, you are not alone. So yes, a lot of that inner adventure is solo. It must be. Okay? And it's just another reminder that your spirit team is always with you, your highest is always with you, and source is always with you, your angels, your guides, all of it, your ancestors, all of unconditional love and light, they're always with you. Okay? So that's your seeing that, and is just another reminder that you are not on this journey alone. Okay? All right, so how do you feel when you see the Jeep? So I always get excited and I get curious, because I'm like, what's the message? What am I missing, team? And I speak out loud. I talk to my team out loud at this point most of the time. All right, so it's like I always feel excited and curious. So excitement equals alignment, okay, for sure. All right, you know that resonates, okay? That this is meant for you, that there's a message, you know, seeing these is, you know, it's a message for you. It resonates with you and you are getting warmer. We're on a, oh, Shanietta, what is it? We're going on a treasure hunt, a very special treasure hunt. Circle and a dot. X marks the spot. You're getting warmer. All right, so the curiosity part of that is doors are cracking open. All right, so curiosity means doors are cracking open. You are ready to explore, not to observe. Did we say observe, higher perspective, observe? So we're ready to explore, okay? There is something new calling to your attention. There's something new calling your attention. What are you paying your attention to? Okay? So when you put together the excitement and your curiosity, it's again letting you know that you need to continue to follow the road less traveled. You need to get on that trail less traveled. You need to be the trailblazer, okay? You are on the edge of a new chapter. You are meant to do something big, big, big in your own specific way. It no longer is, again, this is also a just reminder to you're no longer playing small or sticking to the familiar stuff. All right, because those things start feeling icky, itchy, yucky, not in alignment, okay? So let yourself explore these paths, okay? Fully, freely, authentically, wildly, okay? So let yourself explore the path that is a little wild, or for me, a lot wild. Give me the wild, wild, and a little less traveled, or a lot less traveled, okay? So that is your message today, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me. I hope this resonates with those that receive this message. If there's a little nugget of wisdom, confirmation, information, another little, clue in your treasure hunt. Another piece to the puzzle in your beautiful treasure hunt. So you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Stay warm and ground and nurture you. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye.